So here we have it, OpenAI Real-Time API integration. Hey everyone, we are back. So we're diving right into OpenAI's real-time API and Livekit integration. Here's a quick description. OpenAI's real-time API is a WebSocket interface for low latency audio streaming, best suited for server-to-server use rather than direct consumption by end user devices. Livekit offers Python and Node.js integrations for the API, enabling developers to build real-time conversational AI applications using Livekit's agent framework. This framework integrates with Livekit's client SDKs in a telephony solution, allowing you to build applications for any platform. It sounds like it's a framework that we can utilize to speed up our development process when we're developing AI agents. Here's a quick graph that they provide for us. So here it explains that we have our client. So it can be a web application, it can be a mobile application, or simply a phone. Here we have the Livekit cloud infrastructure. We're going to be communicating with that Livekit cloud server via our client. We have a web RTC protocol that's going to allow Livekit's cloud server to communicate with our backend API. Our backend API, we can consider that our agent. That agent is going to communicate with the OpenAI real-time API server. So essentially, the OpenAI real-time API server never directly communicates with the Livekit server. Instead, it utilizes our backend as a proxy, both with the WebRTC and a WebSocket. Our backend also doesn't communicate directly with our front-end client. Normally, that's what we would see in a traditional application. But in this case, we're going to have the Livekit cloud server communicate with our client, and that's going to be the interstice that sits between our backend and our client. It's going to be the Livekit cloud server. WebSocket is not ideal for real-time audio and video over long distances or slower networks if you have bad internet connection or you're speaking to someone in a completely different country. Livekit bridges this gap by covering the transport to WebRTC and routing data through their global edge network to minimize transmission latency.
You're utilizing their infrastructure, Livekit, in order to bridge the gaps in communication between you and the other party. So here, even though you have poor internet or you're simply really far away from the person that you're trying to communicate with, or maybe you're just far away from a server that's hosting the OpenAI. Well, in this case, we want a way to streamline those packets that we're sending in order to have this TCP IP transfer call protocol. So the only way to do that is to leverage either a content delivery system or content delivery network, CDNs is what they're called, or you can go ahead and utilize a third party, which will allow you to transmit those packets much more faster through their own protocols. And that's what we're doing here in order to strengthen that connection. That way, we don't have latency when we're speaking to the large language model. The Agents Framework. The Agents Framework provides everything needed to build conversational applications using OpenAI's real-time API, including support for Python and Node.js, client SDKs for nearly every platform, inbound and outbound calling using SIP trunks, WebRTC transport via Livekit Cloud or self-hosting OSS, worker load balancing, and request distribution. So I think this is where we're hitting sort of that distribution so that our packets are sent utilizing the Livekit infrastructure. Here we have Livekit concepts. The Livekit Agents Framework uses the following concept. Room, a real-time session with participants. The room acts as a bridge between your end user and your agent. Each room has a name and is identified by a unique ID. Participant, that's number 2. A user or process, example given, an agent, participating in a room. So you can imagine you have a room, you have participants, and those are the two that we're pointing. Very simple at this point. Agent, a programmable AI participant in a room. This is essentially just the AI. Some people call it agent, some people call it assistant. It's up to you. Track, this is the 4th one. Track, audio, video, text, or data published by a user or agent and subscribed to by other participants in the room. Here, we have a multimodal agent. The framework includes the multimodal agent class for building speech-to-speech agents that use the OpenAI real-time API. To learn more about the differences between speech-to-speech and voice pipeline agents, see voice agents comparison. So we're going to go ahead and run a demonstration of this project so that you guys are chomping at the bit to get started on your own project.
If you haven't subscribed by now, please do so. Click that subscribe button right on the side. Join this tech family. So we're creating a Livekit account. Sweet. We're going to accept. And now we're ready to create our first application. So we can name it. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do so. We're going to name this application for this demo. Amazing. So we're going to say 2 to 10 people. We'll go ahead and provide a website. Let's continue. Sweet. So now we're ready. Over here, we have something about bandwidth here, or unique users, and it prompts us to try the sandbox as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and click that. We're looking at templates. Here we have a voice assistant front end. Here we have Meet, an open source video conferencing app built on Livekit components, Livekit Cloud, and Next.js. That's pretty awesome. We're going to get back into the application. So we're here on the Livekit sandbox, and here you can see that the name of the application is Subscribe to a Full Stack Desk. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. I really would love to build my tech family. Now let's continue with this actual tutorial. So let's go ahead and download this. Okay, so we have our own version here. I'll check out the .env environment. So once my live API key, my API secret, and the live kit URL. So I'll go ahead and put all those things in, and then I'll be right back. So right now we do have the live kit front end set up locally on our application. You want to change those 3 variable names to actually have values. So you can find those values if you head over to the live kit page and head over to keys. It'll give you all the information that you need to put into that .env environment. Now, the instructions are pretty simple. We're going to open up the terminal, and it tells us here we'll install. So if you have PnP, you can install. Pretty sure you should be able to use npm as well, but I'll just follow what it says and I'll use PnP. Sweet. So I've installed the dependencies, and now I'm going to run pnp dev. Great. There's a few more things we have to do to set up this instance in our sandbox to connect to OpenAI. If we look at the instructions, all the finished setting up your sandbox app instructions provided after you create your sandbox. The instructions include installing a Livekit CLI and sandbox app. So right now we're going to go ahead and install the CLI for Livekit. It's actually essential if you're trying to run the application. I'll just utilize homebrew. I'm going to open up terminal and run this command. Oh, here we go. Sweet. It's downloading the packages, and we're going to have the Livekit CLI local to our application. Awesome. So we now have the CLI set up. Here, we're going to authenticate, and then we can also generate an access token. So let's go ahead and authenticate. Let's go ahead and run this command. It's going to say, what is the name of this device? I'll say full stack desk Mac. We'll hit enter. Here's what it'll open up, and we're going to authorize access to subscribe to Full Stack Desk. By the way, please subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't done so already. I'm going to allow access. Sweet. Now we can return right back to the CLI. Here, it's going to ask whether we'd like to make this the default project. Yes. So I'll say yes. Okay. So here it says save the CLI config to. It's going to save it to your user. Now you can continue. The next step in the process, it says generate access token. A participant creating or joining a Livekit room needs an access token to do so. For now, let's generate one via the CLI. So here it wants us to utilize this as so. This one mentions localhost. Make sure you are running your Livekit server locally in dev mode. Just make sure that we are doing that. LK room join has the URL, project API secret, as well as a few other things. So let me open up the terminal. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to replace these variables. So I'm going to cut this part of the video out, and I'll be right back so that you guys don't see my credentials. So we're almost there. We're setting up the Livekit integration with OpenAI Realtime. The next step that we have, now it says after you run the LK app create command, enter the following appropriate prompts. For the select template prompt, select multimodal agent Python or multimodal agent Node. Enter your OpenAI API key at the prompt, install dependencies, and start your agent. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm going to go ahead and crop the parts where we're asked to provide our OpenAI key, but I still want you guys to follow along here. So this is the command that we need to run. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so with this new shell, let's go ahead and create. Sweet. So now it's asking us to select template. So it has Meet, Voice Assistant Frontend, Token Server, Multimodal Agent Python, or Multimodal Agent Node. Now, what do you guys think I'm going to select? Well, let's start off with Node, and then we'll do Python after. So here, let's go ahead and select the proper template. So we have Node. Let's click enter. Now it says that we can give the application a name. The name I'm going to enter here is subscribe to Full Stack Desk. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube by now, please do so. I'd love to build my tech family. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button right at the bottom there. Love you all. Thanks. Let's continue. So we're going to go ahead and write app at the very end there. And let's hit enter. So now it's going to ask me for my OpenAI key. I'll pause the video for this part. So I'm back, entered my OpenAI key, and now I'm ready to get started. So here it tells me to set up and run the agent, cd into this folder, install, build, and then run this. So I'll go ahead and follow those steps. Why not? Let's copy this here. Now I'm in that folder. Let's go ahead and run pnpm. I'm gonna go ahead and run that and say install. So now you see that those files are downloading. The next thing you wanna run is npm build. Sweet, we've done that. And the final step is to run this command, which simply says node dist /agent.js space dev. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter that command here. So we're going to see a bunch of things here that looks like hieroglyphics. If we zoom in, we'll see that it says starting worker, server is listening on port 60695. We have a registered worker, gives us the version, the ID, server info, edition, cloud, version 1.72, protocol 15, region, US East, node ID, NC underscore OAsh Bernia, I think that's a 1, underscore, I'm not going to read the rest of that. Debug info, that's an empty string. And then lastly, we have agent protocol, which is set to 0. So we have all that set up. Let's continue with the steps. Okay, so now run this command and it says we can now sign into the Livekit sandbox to begin speaking with our agent. Wow, I'm super excited. So I'm now going back into the sandbox. This was the app I tried to run initially. If I hit the launch button and start a conversation.
How can I help you today?
Hey there, this is my first time running this application. How does it work?
Hello, welcome to the application. I'm here to assist you with various tasks.
Amazing. Can you explain to me what Livekit is?
Livekit is a platform that provides tools for building real-time audio and video communication applications. It's designed to be integrated into your apps, enabling features like live video, voice chat, and streaming with low latency. Livekit is often used for creating applications like video conferencing tools, virtual events platforms, and collaborative workspaces where real-time communication is crucial. It's developer-friendly, offering SDKs, software development kits, for various programming languages and platforms, making it easier to integrate into your own projects.
That's all. Thank you so much. How do I say subscribe to my YouTube channel in French?
Say subscribe to my YouTube channel in French. You would say abonnez-vous à ma chaîne YouTube.
Well, you guys all heard that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so. That's Full Stack Desk, and I appreciate you guys going through this tutorial. Now, if you have any more questions, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and build most of this application on our local computer. But as you can see, this is actually what OpenAI is utilizing for their voice application in your mobile device right now. They have an integration with Livekit. So if you want to get as close to that as possible, then I recommend you checking out Livekit. It's really resourceful, and it was really simple to set this up. Now, deploying it is probably a little bit of a different story, but as long as you have that YAML file, you should be fine. I'll show you how to do that. Make sure you subscribe. Join my Discord. It's absolutely free, and I share a lot of resources.